Today, we're unlocking 5 legendary money-saving habits from the 1970s that are more relevant than ever. With prices soaring everywhere, these old-school tricks are a survival guide for your wallet and the planet. We'll break down 5 powerful habits that could save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. These aren't just tips, they're a whole new mindset. As we go, comment below. Which habit did your family use, or which one are you excited to try? Let's dive in. First up, home cooking. It's a skill that's been passed down for generations, and it's time to rediscover its magic. In the 70s, eating out was rare. Most meals were made from scratch at home. Families gathered around the table, sharing stories and laughter over homemade dishes. Today, takeout is everywhere, but it's expensive. One meal can cost $20 or more, and that adds up fast. It's convenient, but the price tag and the lack of nutrition can take a toll on your wallet and your health. Back then, families planned meals, shopped smart, and cooked together. It saved money and brought people closer. Cooking was a team effort, and everyone had a role, from chopping veggies to setting the table. Home cooking means you control what goes into your food. No hidden sugars or preservatives. You can choose fresh, wholesome ingredients and adjust recipes to fit your taste and dietary needs. Not a chef? No problem. Everyone starts somewhere, and even the simplest meals can be delicious and satisfying. Start small. Cook 1 or 2 extra meals at home this week. Even making breakfast or lunch at home can make a difference. Try batch cooking. Make a big pot of soup or chili and eat it over several days. It saves time, reduces stress, and ensures you always have something tasty ready to go. The average family spends thousands on takeout. Cut that in half, and you've got money for savings, travel, or paying off debt. Imagine what you could do with that extra cash at the end of the year. Cooking is a skill that gets easier and faster with practice. The more you cook, the more confident you'll become, and soon you'll be whipping up meals without even thinking about it. You'll learn to improvise and make delicious meals from what you have. Leftovers and pantry staples become the building blocks for creative, budget-friendly dishes. My challenge: pick one recipe this week and make it from scratch. Share your creation. Inspire others to join you and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Home cooking isn't just about food, it's about memories, health, and saving big. It's about bringing people together and creating moments you'll cherish for years. The 70s knew the kitchen is the heart of the home. Let's bring that back. One homemade meal at a time. Let's take a step back in time to the 1970s, when the DIY mindset was a way of life. Fix it, don't ditch it. Back then, people took pride in repairing what they owned, making things last as long as possible. When something broke, whether it was a shirt, a toaster, or a chair, people rolled up their sleeves and got to work. Repairing clothes, appliances, and furniture wasn't just about saving money. It was about valuing what you had and reducing waste. Fast forward to today, and we're surrounded by a throwaway culture. It's easy to toss things out and buy new, but learning even basic repairs is empowering. It can save you a fortune over time and helps the environment too. Start small with your clothes. Sewing on a button or patching a hole is surprisingly simple. These little fixes can extend the life of your favorite pieces and keep your wardrobe fresh without spending extra. When it comes to appliances, don't be intimidated. Many common fixes are easier than you think, and YouTube is packed with step-by-step tutorials for just about anything you can imagine. Sometimes all it takes is a $5 part to bring a $100 appliance back to life. That's a huge saving, and it keeps perfectly good items out of the landfill. Try to see broken items as fun puzzles to solve, not just trash to toss. The satisfaction you get from fixing something yourself is unbeatable. It's a real confidence booster. You don't need to be an expert or have fancy tools. Just start with small, manageable repairs and build your skills over time. Every little bit helps. Next time something breaks, challenge yourself to spend just 15 minutes searching for a solution online before deciding to throw it away. You might be surprised at how easy the fix is. Making repair a habit builds resilience, saves you money, and helps fight the growing problem of waste in our world. So here's my challenge to you. Find one broken thing at home, anything at all, and give fixing it a try. You might discover a new hobby or skill along the way. The 70s DIY spirit is a powerful tool for your wallet and the planet. Embrace it, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Third habit, thrift shopping. This is more than just a way to save money. It's a lifestyle choice that defined an entire generation. In the 70s, second-hand was cool, not just cheap. Wearing thrifted clothes was a badge of honor, a way to stand out from the crowd and express your individuality. Thrift stores were treasure hunts for unique, high-quality finds. Every visit was an adventure, and you never knew what hidden gems you might discover. Vintage jackets, funky accessories, or even rare vinyl records. Today, fast fashion is everywhere, but it's wasteful and low quality. Most new clothes are mass-produced, often falling apart after just a few wears, and they contribute to overflowing landfills. Thrifting lets you find better-made clothes, furniture, and more for a fraction of the price. Vintage items were built to last, and you can often score designer pieces or solid wood furniture for less than the cost of something new and flimsy. Go in with an open mind. Look for quality fabrics, vintage styles, and unique pieces. Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper or try on something outside your comfort zone. You might be surprised by what suits you. Thrift stores aren't just for clothes. Find books, kitchenware, and furniture too. You can outfit your entire home with character and charm, all while saving money and reducing waste. It's about rejecting the idea that new is always better and developing your own style. Thrifting encourages creativity, letting you mix eras and trends to create a look that's truly your own. Never thrifted? Visit a store this week. Just browse and see what you find. Take your time, explore every aisle, and let your curiosity guide you. For seasoned thrifters, you know the thrill of the hunt and the joy of a great find. There's nothing quite like the excitement of spotting something special that no one else has. Thrifting is sustainable, affordable, and fun. It's a social activity too. Bring a friend, swap style tips, and celebrate your discoveries together. The 70s embraced secondhand as a statement against consumerism. Choosing thrift was a way to push back against mass production and support a more mindful way of living. Before buying new, ask, "Can I find this secondhand?" Make it a habit to check your local thrift shop or online resale sites first. Chances are, yes, and it'll be cooler and cheaper. Plus, you'll have a story behind every piece, just like a true 70s rock star. Fourth habit, growing your own food. In the 70s, gardens were everywhere, even on balconies and windowsills. Grocery prices are up, but a few pots and seeds can save you big on herbs and veggies. You don't need a yard. Herbs like basil, mint, and chives thrive in small spaces. Fresh picked produce tastes better and costs pennies. Start with easy plants herbs or cherry tomatoes in a pot. The initial investment is tiny, and you'll save on groceries all season. Gardening is great for your mental health and connects you to your food. It's a small step towards self-sufficiency and security. My challenge? Buy a pot, soil, and seeds this weekend. Plant something simple and watch it grow. Don't worry about perfection, just start. You'll be amazed at what you can grow and save. The 70s valued this skill for a reason. Reconnect with your food and your wallet. Last habit, energy conservation. The 70s energy crisis made people hyper-aware of every watt and drop of water. Today, we waste energy without thinking. Lights on, electronics plugged in, long showers. Small changes add up. Turn off lights when you leave a room, use natural light, and unplug devices when not in use. Switch to LED bulbs. They use less energy and last longer. Use power strips to cut phantom power from electronics. Take shorter showers and only run appliances with full loads. Adjust your thermostat. Wear a sweater instead of cranking the heat. These habits save money and help the planet. Do a quick energy audit at home tonight. What can you turn off or unplug? Make one change and see the difference on your next bill. The 70s did this out of necessity. We should do it out of wisdom. Every small action counts. Start conserving today. There you have it. 5 legendary 1970s frugal habits that can transform your finances and your life. Pick one habit and try it this week. Cook a meal, fix something, thrift, plant a seed, or save energy. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Small changes add up to big savings. Share your favorite frugal tips in the comments. Let's build the ultimate money-saving guide together. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and join us for more ways to save and live better. I'm Ella, and I'll see you in the next video. Your challenge starts now.